Is the NHS no jab, no job law a breach of an unjabbed doctor or nurse's human rights? For these NHS staff, it's a legal requirement, mandatory, to be vaccinated, without which, after the deadline, these NHS staff who remain unjabbed will be redeployed. And if that's not possible, they will either have to resign or will be sacked, which could be up to 10% of staff in some hospitals. But is the NHS mandatory vaccination law human rights compliant? Let me make 4 points. Point 1, the UK courts have not considered whether this particular law related to NHS workers is lawful or violation of human rights yet. Point 2, however, in the light of 2 recent cases, it's likely to be difficult to challenge successfully this mandatory vaccination law on NHS workers. In the Verika case, a Czech case, it was not considered a breach of human rights for unvaccinated children to be barred from school and their parents fined. And in the Peter and Finlay case, permission for judicial review in the UK was refused to challenge the law preventing unvaccinated care workers from working in care homes. Point 3, any government interference in NHS workers' human rights to inject themselves or be sacked, interfering with their bodily autonomy and imposing changes to their employment contract, both of which potentially trigger Article 8, right to private and family life, and Article 14, freedom from discrimination, needs to be justified by the government in a court of law, which would ask, A, is the interference in accordance with the law? Yes, as the no jab, no job law was passed by Parliament. B, is the interference to achieve a legitimate aim? Yes, the government would say to protect public health. C, is the interference by the government necessary? That is the only way to meet this pressing social need. Yes, the government would say, pointing to infection rates, hospitalizations and deaths from COVID. And D, is the interference proportionate? That is, does mandatory vaccination law strike the right balance between unjabbed NHS workers who would be sacked for not being injected and the rest of the community, taking into account, e.g., vaccine effectiveness with respect to transmission rates and an assessment of the risk of harm of unvaccinated staff to patients and others. Final point, point 4, any health worker who seeks to challenge the government in court on human rights grounds should also be aware that courts tend to give a leeway, a wide discretion, a wide margin of appreciation to governments where a public health emergency has been declared, that states are best suited to decide what laws are in the best interest of their nation, especially when Article 2, the right to life, is invoked. Seek legal advice. Please follow, like and share, and may the justice be with you.